Hello and welcome to this video. My name's David Thorne. This is now the 9th video in my Docker Basics video tutorial series on YouTube. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to run a MySQL server using Docker and Docker only. Okay, now if you don't have MySQL server installed on your one machine, or you don't want to install it on your one machine, but you need to test some form of code on a MySQL server or something like that, then this video tutorial is perfect for you. So with that said, let's get started. So as per normal, the first thing we want to be able to do is pull the MySQL image, or pull the image that we actually want to have. Now in this case, we're going to be using the latest version of MySQL. So let's just go ahead straight away and say docker pull mysql :latest. So it did take a little bit of time to download and install, but I sped it up for you to save a little bit of time. Okay, now we know that, now that we have our MySQL image installed, let's just have a quick run of it to see what problems we come into to basically get it up and running, because there's a couple of things that you are going to need to have to know to get it up and running. So let's just do docker run --it --rm mysql to see what it spits out, to say, hey, what must you do? Well, you can see here we've got to supply a MySQL root password, or one of the other two possibilities. Well, we're just going to do the root password. Now, we also want to know what port MySQL is listing on. Now, I'm pretty 100% certain it's going to run on 3306, but we can debug this by saying docker image inspect and then MySQL. And we come in here and we just scroll up a little bit, and we're looking for some form of networks. We also see volumes. This is key for us as well, that we know that it's running on this volume, but we keep going a little bit further. You'll see exposed ports 3306 and 33060. So this is, we know that we can map our port to 3306, and this is all we need to know for the time being. So we need to know what we've already found out is we have to give an environment variable of MySQL. Whoops, we have to do it capital uppercase. MySQL root password, and so that's the -e is to say, hey, supply the environment variable, and we're just going to say 1 2 3 4 5. And what we want to do is be able to map the ports on my machine to the port inside the container, and I'm going to use 33060 on my machine, and I'm going to map it to 3306 on the MySQL server. Okay, with that said, we can now basically run this, and the first time we do it, we're going to do it with -it to see actually what happens, to do a bit of debugging. All right, and we run this, and it continues going, so we know that it didn't exit and it didn't have any problems last time. So we can see it's doing some stuff. Now, we're not here to really talk about MySQL. I'm just showing you how to get it up and running. But you can see it's working now, so we're all happy with this. So if we open up a new terminal window, and we now come to this, and we can say then docker ps, and we see that our new image is called then vibrant something. So we can say docker run. Whoops. We can say, sorry, docker execute now, and we want to then say -it, and we're going to say MySQL, and we'll say u to say -root, -u and root user, and -p for the password. We'll enter the super strong password, and now we're inside. So we see that we've got a MySQL server up and running. Super happy. And if you wanted then to create any users, any databases, this, that, and the other, then you could do it there and then. Now, there's a whole bunch of other things that you could do with this, but I've got other videos about configuring a MySQL server. This video isn't really about how to configure it. It's just about how to show you to get it up and running. Now, we now know that how to get, yeah, and it's a bit of a problem there. So we're going to have to force stop it now, because it can be a bit of a problem if you do -it. So we're going to say just rm-f to force it to get rid of it. And we come back to here, and we've still got the command that we want, and this time we're going to run it in the background. Okay, and run it again, and we can see docker ps, it's up and running with another name, and we can now use MySQL I've got MySQL client installed on my Mac, so we can say here -u, and the user is going to be root. We are going to have to say, in this sense, we're going to have to say 126.0.0.1. Like I said, I'm not getting into the configurations of this, but we can then say here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we can't connect to that one. Oh yeah, because the port that we used was another port. Because of this, we have to then say the port here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and boom, we're in once again. So like I said, I'm not showing you how to configure it. We can see the standard databases are there and the users, etc, etc, etc. Anyway, this is how you can easily and quickly get a MySQL server up and running by using Docker. If you did get something out of this video, it would be more than appreciated for a like, or even for a comment, what you found good or bad, what I could do in future videos, etc, etc. If you do want more information about MySQL, I have a ton of other videos about it and a playlist as well, so go and check them out. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.